In this video, we'll be taking a look at the DESLOC D110 Plus Fingerprint Deadbolt with Wi-Fi. I'll also be taking it apart, so if you're interested in seeing more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and click on notification bell so you'll be notified once I upload a new video. Let's start off by unboxing it. Inside the box there's a user manual, an installation guide, the deadbolt, mounting hardware, keys, and the key cards. And you get the DESLOC locking system itself. Now let's go ahead and install it. Installation is simple and easy, and just takes under 5 minutes. First, the deadbolt gets installed, and make sure the arrow at the end is pointing up. The screws all come labeled in Ziploc pouches, so you won't have any confusion over what screw goes where. Next, the front keypad assembly goes in, and make sure to route the cable or wire underneath the deadbolt. Now the mounting plate can be attached on the other side, and there is an adhesive strip to hold it to the door while you screw it down. The cable also needs to be routed through the bottom circle or oval opening of this metal plate. The cable can now be connected to the back of the lock mechanism, and the excess cable can be pushed into the opening in the door where the deadbolt is. Then the back can be screwed on to the metal plate. Once it's all mounted and installed, 4 AA batteries need to be installed. Now it's time to download the DESLOC app to be able to wirelessly control the lock. Once downloaded, you'll need to create an account or log into your existing account. You can touch Add Device on the app and hold your phone nearby to the lock to automatically find it and populate on the screen. Then you can select it so it syncs. If it doesn't find it, you may need to hold the reset button in the back in the battery compartment and select yes on the front screen to factory reset it. You can follow the steps to set up a PIN code as well as your fingerprint to unlock the lock. You can still use this lock without Wi-Fi or the app, which I will show you in a bit. Once it's all synced and ready to go, you can slide to unlock and lock it on the app. This is very useful and comes in handy at times when you're not home and you need to let someone in. It can also come in handy for times when your keys are in your purse or pocket and you just want to quickly unlock it with your phone. So the lock view display on the front can be used for those who aren't using this lock with Wi-Fi or the app. You can type in your PIN code or the default PIN if you haven't set it up yet, and access the menu from the small display on the top to set up new users and change lock settings. Now on the app, you can add different family members or friends as users and set up a specific PIN for them, as well as select if it's going to be a one-time PIN or always give that person access with the PIN. In the events section, you can monitor all the activity that took place with the lock and which specific users unlocked it. In settings, you can enable passage mode, which prevents the door from automatically locking. By default, the deadbolt will lock within 5 seconds of it being unlocked. Passage mode comes in handy for times you plan on leaving the door open for people going in and out constantly, or times you're moving things in and out. In vacation mode, only people who have always user access or one-time passcode users can unlock the door. In auto lock, you can adjust the time it takes for the lock to automatically lock, or completely disable the auto lock. You can also enable anti-peeping passcode, which allows you to add random digits before or after your passcode, so if anyone sees you entering it, they won't figure out your primary code. Notifications can also be enabled or disabled through the app. So you can unlock the lock in 5 ways. You can use the app, your fingerprint, the manual key, a key card which you can set up in the app, or by entering a PIN code. Now let's take this lock assembly apart and have a look at the inside. Let's start with the front keypad assembly. There are 6 Phillips screws which need to be removed. There are 2 Phillips screws holding on the subboard. Looking at the subboard, we can see a USB-C charging port, which will come in handy for those times when you run out of battery, and can easily plug a USB-C cable into the charger port to power on the keypad. This cable connects the fingerprint reader on the front, and this cable is for the display board. 5 additional Phillips screws need to be removed. The lock or latch on this connector needs to be lifted up to release it. Here's a look at the fingerprint scanner. And this is the lock view display on top. This is the display board. And this is the main board. If you want to remove the lock assembly, there are 2 Phillips screws which are holding it in place. Alright, now it's time for the back assembly. There are 6 Phillips screws which need to be removed. So taking a look, we see the PCB over here. This is the motor which operates the lock, which is connected to the board right there. The Wi-Fi antenna, the Wi-Fi module, and the coaxial cable for the Wi-Fi antenna. Here's a better look at the motor. And a better look at this board. This is the reset switch or button. And this is the unlock or lock lever or switch. The DESLOC D110 Plus is definitely a convenient lock system to have on your door. It'll provide you with many ways to unlock it, and really come in handy for those times you're away and need others to be able to unlock the door and gain entry. It's easy to install and looks great. I'll place links in the description for anyone who's interested, and I'll see you in the next video.